What is food is really, the reason that's such an important question, because it's something we do every day and we eat. And here I happen to be standing in front of probably the best food for human beings on the planet. Not only human beings, but think about it. Think about what we call the beasts of burden: horses, oxen, right? All these powerful, strong animals. How about elephants? How about hippos? This is their main thing. And when people like to eat dead animals, what do they eat? Let's eat a grass-fed corpse of an animal, and then we'll be really healthy. So my thought was, well, why don't we become grass-fed? All the most powerful animals on the planet who have the most endurance and live the longest eat grass. It's kind of like the seed. In the seed is the whole future history of the plant. So for example, yes, in the seed we have potential, let's say it's a tomato seed, we have potential tomatoes, we have leaves and stems and all that stuff, but it's just potential. It's not until it begins to sprout that all those potential aspects of it actually come to life. That's why we soak our nuts. When we eat nuts, you don't just eat nuts raw, you take them and you soak them because you awaken them. You eliminate the enzyme that's in all nuts and seeds that prevents them from sprouting at the wrong time. What is food depends on what species you're talking about, right? Because if you look at the universe, and you'll see that everything is consuming something. The universe is this interconnected mass of consuming elements. And whatever it's consuming, it's converting it into energy, or if it's consuming energy, and then it's producing it. It has a byproduct. And that's what it is. Eating is an exchange of energy. So then you have to, if you want to say, well, what is food for us? You have to say, what are we? We have to define what we are to know what food is. And so what are we? Well, it turns out we're mammals, and we're land mammals. We're not sea mammals, we're land mammals, and we happen to be in a group called primates. And in fact, we're in a subgroup of primates called hominids. Okay, so that's getting now pretty specific. So who are the other hominids in our group? Gorillas, chimps, orangutan, that's it. Now remember, why are we talking about food and consumption? Because every organism, every aspect of the universe exists to perform a function. Okay? Because the universe is an incredibly complex, functional unit. And in fact, if we want to define health, what is health? Health is when an organism is said to have optimal functioning. So the optimal functioning of an organism is health. Health is not the absence of disease, it's not the absence of anything, right? Presence of something, and that something is to what? Regenerate, rejuvenate, and procreate. But anyway, every organism has a function. So bacteria have a function depending on the bacteria, right? And yeast, funguses, they have functions. Fermenting sugars, and they produce things. Yeast recycle dead matter. You know, if an animal dies, it's covered with yeast, fungi, fungi, and it recycles it, turns it back. The reason I don't use the word fungi anymore is I had a patient here one time, and we were talking about a fungi, and her husband said, "I'm a fungi." So yeah. So I said, well, let's use fungi like they do. Fungi sounds better. So every organism has a function, and it's absolutely necessary. This is another very important concept to understand. And it'll help you understand why your body is doing what it's doing. Everything in nature happens for one reason only, and that is called necessity. The universe functions out of necessity. Okay? There's no other reason for it. It's not a moral issue.